Well, here's something new. And when I say new, this just dropped yesterday. Michael Franti and Spearhead. The name of the song is Break Up With Everything. Now, Michael Franti has got a interesting history. I myself really came to enjoy his music. I'm going to say around 2004, 2005. So 20 years ago, anyway, 20 years ago. And he did some tracks that I really enjoyed. At the time, we were producing a television show for Versus Network called Travelers in Paradise, which was about a family sailing around the world, scuba diving, fishing, and visiting places and what have you. And we used some of Michael's music with his permission and listened to some of his stuff. It was very inspirational. It was great kind of island. It helped you get your island on. You know, it helped you get in touch with what's going on down in the Caribbean. Michael is, by his background, is from the islands one, whether it be, you know, the Virgin Islands or Jamaica, or he's just got that whole Caribbean vibe to him. And a lot of his songs are about family and kids growing up and having fun. And he makes some really good music. If you get an opportunity, check out more of Michael Franti and Spearhead. Listen to some more of their music. They're really, truly are a great band, but he hasn't done anything in a long time. So this coming out is surprising. I was amazed by it. I was also dismayed by it, because when I saw what Michael looked like, I'm like, who's this old man looking back at me? This isn't Michael. But it is. And then, of course, I look at my own reflection and I'm like, yeah, 20 years will do a lot to you. 20 years will do a lot to you. So Michael doesn't look like the fresh young guy down in the islands with the girlfriends. Now he looks like the old man. And it puts things in a little different perspective, you know. It gives you pause. And so with that said, and all that little bit of history from me, I've always been a huge fan of Michael's ever since I first just learned about him some 20-some years ago. And I love his music. He's one of my favorite musicians in the world, because he just puts out this whole vibe about peace and love and, you know, kind of a reggae kind of thing. Yeah, just seemed like a real good guy. So with that said, let's go ahead and listen to him, okay? First, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, ring the bell. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. And let's listen to Michael Franti with his new song out called Break Up With Everything.
Break up with everything that you don't need. Don't need. Throw it into the wind, throw it into the sea. The sea. If there's love that you lost, or some roses that dried up, or something you no longer believe, just break up with everything that you don't need. Don't need. From a distance, you gotta know, I've never seen somebody so beautiful. I love all the scars and the stars in your eyes. You said I was the first to realize all of the pain that you carried around. You don't need to carry now. Break up with everything that you don't need. Don't need. Throw it into into the wind, throw it into the sea. The sea. If it's love that you lost, or some roses that dried up, or something you no longer believe, just break up with everything that you don't need, don't need. Even if it's me, even if it's me, even if it's me, even if it's me, oh yeah. I love you enough to let you go. I love you enough to let you know. I love you enough to let you go. I love you enough to let you know. To break up with everything that you don't need, don't need. Throw it into the wind, throw it into the sea, the sea. If there's love that you lost, or some roses that dried up, I hope you find someone you need, that you really need, that you really need, that you really need, that you really need. Even if it's not me.
Oh my God. You know, it's like he looked right down into my soul and knew exactly what I'm going through. I there's a lot to my history that Michael was involved with because of his music with my second marriage. And he just basically said he's given me permission to break up with everything, throw it away, even into the sea, even if it means breaking up with him. It's not going to be breaking up with him. I like Michael. I'm strong enough to get through that, but that's weird. It's like he's given me permission to finally let go from my ex-wife and put all that stuff behind me and make a clean new future for myself, which actually is something I'm working toward. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos is because I have a plan. Because I have a plan of what I want to do. And it's time for me. It's time for me. I've been dad and grandpa, and everybody else has answered to their problems. But at some point, maybe you got to be a little selfish and do what's for me. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to build something up that can allow me to follow my dreams. And I'm not ready to share all that with you just yet. But you'll see it in time. Hopefully within the next year. Hopefully within the next year there'll be some big changes. But we'll see. Boy, Michael, I'm telling you, this guy just has this innate, just cuts you right to the bone. I mean, he digs down into your heart and knows exactly what you're going through. It's uncanny. You listen to some of his other music and you'll begin to understand what I'm talking about here. It's just uncanny how he just reaches right into your psyche, and he understands it. It's amazing, actually. I've listened to a lot of music in my life over the years. I have never known anybody to be so tuned in with what I'm doing and what I'm about. I mean, sure, you're going through a problem and you hear a song and it gives you some perspective. But I mean, this is just like right on, you know. Throw it into the sea. My ex-wife and I were trying to do a TV show about sailing around the world in a sailboat. Throw that in the sea. Yeah. By the way, don't throw stuff into the sea. It's not good for the sea. The sea has become the toilet bowl for the earth, and we've got to stop doing that. I'm a Doge supporting Trump supporter, unembarrassed, unashamedly. But even I will admit the one thing that I dislike about Trump and what's going on right now is the conservation, ecology stuff. As a scuba diver, I have spent far too much time cleaning up the ocean and the beaches where people have just littered and littered and littered and littered. I have found keys of cocaine in the swamps in Florida. We turned it over to the authorities, of course. We have picked up more garbage than I can, and not just, all over. Sailing up on Lake Erie and the Great Lakes, and here's a cluster of someone's balloons that had gotten away from them, and it's floating now in Lake Erie, just waiting to kill something. Same thing in Lake Erie, same thing on the Hudson River, same thing in Long Island Sound, same thing in the ICW going down to Florida, same thing down in Florida. I can't tell you how many times I've cleaned balloons out of the ocean. Some of those videos are on this channel, actually. Go back earlier, you'll find it. Michael, incredible ability to just reach right into my soul. Unbelievable. All right, well, get in the comment section, give me your thoughts on it. Please do go over to Michael's channel and listen to what he's doing. He's got some awesome music. He truly does. And I'm going to find something else to listen to. Frankly, guys, that kind of freaked me out a little bit. That's just kind of freaks me out a little bit.